Didn't think I would make it. Thought everybody was against me. All those conquerors.
Hey, my name is Cassie. I'm here for Tone Deaf TV. We are backstage at Soundwave 2013, and it's pretty exciting. I'm here with one of my favorite bands, Motion City Soundtrack. This is Josh. This is Justin. How are you guys today?
I'm great.
Super excellent.
Yeah. I'm so excited that you guys are finally back in Australia. You guys come here quite a lot, but it's been a bit too long in my opinion. How do you feel being back in Australia?
It feels good.
Yeah.
Yes, it feels
excited.
good.
Excited.
It's going very fast, which I think is a good thing because in the moment you don't get too tired of anything. But then the only sad part is that once you're gone, then you're like, oh, I wish I had paid more attention. But they're just kind of zooming you back and forth from here to there. And like we were just in Sydney this morning, and we were just in Melbourne like 2 or 3 days ago. So we're just bouncing all over the place.
Yeah.
In short, yes. I think yes.
Now, I was at the Sideshow on Monday night. It was a great way to kick off my Soundwave week. And I made a little blog post about it because I've seen Motion City Soundtrack, I think, over 45 times.
Really?
Just say. Been to America a bit.
Okay.
And the show on Monday night was amazing. Not only had I never seen the crowd be so into it, but you guys all seem so happy and just seem so kind of comfortable on stage. After so long, how do you manage that?
It really has to do with the audience, honestly. Like a show like that, it's like, okay, this is great. You know, you kind of just do your thing, and it's a lot of fun, and you kind of feed off each other. If you don't get that effect, it kind of, it can go the opposite way. It's like those perfect moments.
And that was one of those shows where like everything worked. Like we all had a positive attitude going into it. We had time to prepare and make sure everything worked right, which like the first two shows of this festival, we were just kind of thrown on stage and everything is chaotic. And even if like nobody can tell, but in your heads, like you can't hear anything, nothing's going right. You're freaking out, but you're trying to smile and just look like everything's going well. But that show, everything was going well, and the crowd was really loud, and it was a great show.
We don't normally, I mean, for the last whatever years, we've taken a lot of extra people with us to do things to help us. And this tour, we're doing a lot of stuff ourselves. And so I think that had something to do with those first couple shows being slightly chaotic for us. It's like, oh yeah, I have to do that.
It was one of those things where you're just sitting back in your trailer kind of eating some lunch and being like, there's something I should be doing. Oh, that's right, doing a sound check.
Yes. Like changing my strings today. I probably should be doing that right now.
I'm going to try to go one more day.
I'm on 4 right now.
Really?
This will be the 5th.
This will be 3 for me, so.
It's a lot of days on the same set of strings for me.
Yeah, this should be good for me. Tomorrow I'll change. All right.
Internal dialogue there should happen. Sorry.
Now, as you did say, you played your Sydney Sideshow last night,
Yeah.
then back to Melbourne, and then do you go to Adelaide tonight?
Tomorrow morning.
Thank goodness.
I think we fly.
And the next day, Adelaide,
tomorrow?
we land in Adelaide, play the show, do our signing, all that stuff, get on a plane and fly to Perth.
Yeah.
So that day is going to be a little gross. But at least we have the next day off.
Thank goodness. Hug some koalas, go to the beach, eat some pies.
I think it's going to be the beach.
The beach.
Yeah.
I haven't been to the beach.
It's really nice over there.
Yeah?
There's a few of them, yeah.
All right. I'll have to
It's
check
the
that
Indian
out.
Ocean, too. You ever swam in the Indian Ocean?
I don't think
Right? It's the Indian
so.
Ocean,
Now, last year we did see Motion City Soundtrack release yet another album, Go, which had a lot of kind of anticipation because a lot of change with the band, and there was kind of hints coming through that it was a different sounding album from the previous ones. It came through, and for me it could have slotted into 2006, 2011 or 2020. Who knows what's going on.
Oh, good.
So how do you maintain that sound and keep fans happy?
I think we just try to write music that we like, and in whatever our mood is, that is what it's like. We never set out to try to do anything in specifically, and I think that we just try to write songs that we're really happy with, and
And
seems
it's hard
to work.
It's hard to not be yourself when you're not trying to do anything specific. I think if you try too hard, sometimes it comes off out of left field. And there are songs of ours that we're like, okay, in retrospect, I think we tried a little too hard to be a specific thing with this song, and it just didn't work. But only time, really will tell with that stuff.
Yeah.
But I think going into it, we thought it was going to be a lot stranger than it was. But then at the end, it ended up sounding like us. So
Yeah.
And is that because the lyric content is quite different, Justin? Like, I have seen the change throughout the years, and I think you're a little bit happier these days.
Yeah, and it's hard. It's great. There's a friend of ours named Jenny Owen Youngs, and she just did an interview that I heard, and she put it so well. I'm gonna steal what she said, but it's a lot harder to write happy songs because it comes off as being really mushy and weird, But you know, and I think it's a lot easier to write sad, depressing songs because it's, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's, I can relate because I have a backlog of that material, you know. But I think this record was an attempt to be a little more universal in a universe. I don't know what I'm saying. Well, just like it was supposed to be a little. Instead of being about just me, it's about
still about
you and me, me. A little bit of you, but mostly me.
Yeah.
You know, it's like one of those things.
Now, as
That
you
makes
guys
sense.
get older, there happens to have other people become involved. You get wives and there's families. How do you still maintain a good band relationship as well as personal relationships?
You know, it's one of those things that's ongoing. It's forever. Will probably be a developing thing. One bonus we've had is that we've been far apart a lot because we don't all live near each other. But I don't know. It's ever changing. I think that's kind of what we're wrestling with these days. Is how do you keep everything going and grow old and have kids and still play in your band? And I don't know the answer, I guess is what I'm saying.
I think like we try to spend as much time apart from each other as possible.
Yeah, but I think that maybe we change that slightly a little bit more.
Well, he and I live in the same city, so we get together more than I think the 5 of us do.
I think it's just about like really diving into being like doing your art or whatever you really want to do and like just throwing yourself. I mean, it's really easy in our job after a certain time like of success and then kind of like where you're at to really just kind of like not phone in what you're doing, but like your off time, like really not apply yourself all the time. And I think that
we've had a tendency to disappear. Once the tour's over, we disappear and we don't talk to each other, and then it's like, 3 days before the tour we get together, we'll play some songs and then we'll go.
Yeah.
Whereas I think what we had been talking about too is just like, let's spend more time doing stuff when we're not supposed to be doing stuff. Like we can hang out with our families, but we can also get together like, you know, maybe we get together from noon to 3 or something and we just write some stuff or do some
maybe
things.
It's a midlife crisis, but
yeah.
I feel like we need to play more music all the time.
Need to spend some more time together, a bit more quality time.
It's just being creative. I don't care if it's with who it's with, I guess.
Wait, what?
I will cheat on you.
Now, you guys did release the album on your own record label, Boombox Generation.
Well,
Sort of.
Sort of.
Sort of.
Well, it happened that way. Boombox Generation is a line that came from I Am the Movie. Has this been a dream from then that you're like, one day this line is going to be the name of our label?
yeah? No.
No. I mean, originally we released our first EP on a label called Sound in Motion, which was our own label, with another label that helped us distribute it. So it's kind of like been I don't know, I always wanted to have a label, and I think as I was in a band longer and longer, I realized I didn't want a label because that's just a lot of work. And then now with the position that we're in, it made a lot of sense for us to start a brand that people will know is something that we had a part of. Because we also did the 7-inch series with a college in Philadelphia called Making Moves, and that's released by Boombox Generation and the Mad Dragon Records, which is that record label. It just allows us to kind of, because we're going to work with a lot of different things, and we want to be able to put something that kind of unifies that.
So different things, meaning working with new bands in the future, not just Motion City Soundtrack?
Yeah, I mean, if something strikes our fancy that we think is what we'd like to do, and it's open book, I guess. Whatever happens.
It's a good starting point because this way we're one step closer to doing anything that we might want to do if the opportunity should arise.
And it's a retirement plan as well. When you guys too old to play musicians, you can just be sitting in your office pushing out releases.
Just pushing them out, making
If that's
no
a way to make
money.
Yeah, I don't know. These days.
Maybe in the boombox generation, that's how to do it. But in the MP3 generation...
Well, and this might be way off topic, and I don't even know if I should say it or not. But
you can say it.
I feel like now more than ever, I don't even know how to phrase it. It was like an idea I had, and now I don't even know if it's going to make sense. But the idea of just making art for art's sake and let the chips fall where they may, and try not to put too much pressure on, you know, making a living doing your art. And if it is to be, it is to be. If it is not to be, it is not to be. But I'm just at a place personally where like I just want to make stuff. I just want to do stuff. I just want to put it out there, and I want people to either love it or hate it, or just not care.
Yeah,
you know?
I think there's a level of business you have to have in your life, but I think as a musician or an artist, you really want to keep that. You want to be smart about it, but you really want to keep that in the background of what you're doing, because honestly, then it just taints everything you're doing.
And I guess speaking from experiences, if there's some time where, you know, in the past where that focusing on the wrong things sometimes leads to sadness. So I don't know. How else
Sadness
to put
leads
it,
to
but-
some great songs as well.
Yeah.
So bittersweet.
I tend to hurt him as much as possible so that he has some.
It's fodder. Yeah.
Thank you, Josh. I appreciate that. We really do. Well, look, we better let you guys get back to it. You do have a show to play, so I don't want to keep you too long. Thank you so much for joining us here at Tone Deaf TV. My name's Cassie. This is Motion City Soundtrack and probably one of the best moments of my life. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for doing this.
Need a little help to get me. I think I can